The only person, Sylvester Stallone, he actually stayed in a different hotel from everybody. He thought he was bigger than everybody, you know what I mean? But he wasn't the cleverest in my opinion, because when he was asked about the football, he says, "Can I score the winning goal?" And we went, "You're the goalkeeper. That doesn't happen."
How did you become a Hollywood film star?
Well, basically it came from this chap in the movie business just came to Portman Road, knew Bobby Robson. It was Freddie Fields. He was a producer, and he came to the ground and sort of just got, and Bobby Robson got all the players in the dressing room. And he calls us in. He says, and he introduces us to Freddie Fields, and he says, "I'm looking for some soccer players to be in a movie. Am they interested?" And I put my hand up because I wasn't going on holiday that summer. So I went, me and 5 others put our hand up. And the next minute, we got told, "Oh, we're going out to play football in this movie." And I put my hand up. Bobby Robson agreed our fee at the time, you know, which was decent. And we go out to Budapest, Hungary. Didn't know what was going on. Next minute you see all these people, Bobby Moore, Michael Caine, Sylvester Stallone, Pele, you know, Ossie Ardilles, and all these people are in this movie. And the next minute we're in all the scenes, and we were there for 5 weeks, and it was, as I say, we had a couple of lines. We thought we were just there to play football. We didn't realise we were in all the scenes and speaking parts and whatever. And it was the best 5 weeks, you know, I've ever had. You imagine mingling with these. The only person, Sylvester Stallone, he actually stayed in a different hotel from everybody. He thought he was bigger than everybody, you know what I mean? But he wasn't the cleverest in my opinion, because when he was asked about the football, he says, "Can I score the winning goal?" And we went, "You're the goalkeeper. That doesn't happen." So he didn't realise that one. And as I say, in the end, he says, "Well, can I be the hero with saving a penalty?" And he did, but it took 8 takes before he actually saved it. But he wasn't one. He didn't mingle with anybody. But the rest of the people, you know, like as I say, Michael Caine, you know, Bobby Moore, Pele, the best player in the world, you know, they're all together with us, and it was one of the best 5 weeks I've ever had.
What was Michael Caine like?
Very friendly. You know, talked about his movies, and he's sitting with you having a drink and just chilling out. One of them, and everybody's in order, you know, what he's done, you know what I mean? And then you've got Pele, Bobby Moore, Mike Summerby, Ossie Ardilles, you know, and other famous players from different countries, and we're all together for that period, and it's the best. But I've got to tell the story as well. Everybody wants to know. I actually had 2 lines in the movie, and the 2 lines were, "I'll take the top bunk," and the other one was, "It's better than playing for Manchester." So after we'd finished the movie and we go to the premiere, you know, months later and all that, and I'm watching it in Ipswich, and I'm with Alan Brazil and Eric Gates, and we're sitting in there, and I go to them. This is the bit where it comes me to speak my 2 lines. I says, "I'm on in a bit," and the next minute I go, "It's me coming up," and I went,
"Stop it, Bill! Come on! Nice shot.
Thanks, Colby. It's not quite like playing for Manchester, but it's better than not playing at all.
Welcome aboard." Here we are. Oh, Lewis, this is Arthur.
Hello, Arthur.
Sid, Terry.
Sid.
Lewis Fernandez.
Terry.
Here's your beds over here.
I'll have the top one.
"That's not my voice." It was a posh Scottish accent, you know what I mean? So I actually had 2 lines in the movie, and I was dubbed. So that was my claim to fame. But everybody always laugh about, you know, how can you get dubbed, you know, 2 lines.
What was it like with Pele? Because you would have been like growing up when Pele was the world superstar. It must be like for somebody bumping into Messi now. How did you? Were you able to actually prefer? Hello, John Wark, I play for.
No. The thing was, everybody was in awe of him. You know what I mean? But he was. I think he was in his sort of 40s, like maybe 45 or something. But he was still brilliant at football. You know, like some of the things he did before we played the game. We were playing piggy in the middle with famous players, and he's putting the ball through our legs. You know, and you imagine we knew what he was like when he was a player, but he still had ability, and he was such a nice guy, and he had so much respect. You know, because Bobby Moore always played against him, and yeah, he was such a great guy, and to be in the same room or even beside him, you know, you never forget things like that.
Did you used to drive the director mad? Because if you give any footballer a football, he'll just start playing football, and he's trying to like choreograph you into scenes and stuff. Did you drive him mad by just kicking the ball around?
Yeah, no. Plus, then you know the famous goal we got. He scored the overhead kick, didn't he? And to do that, I thought it would take about 8 takes before somebody crosses it, and then you do an overhead and it goes in the top corner. He had 1 take. It went in first time, and everybody just couldn't believe. And that was Pele when he's retired at such his age. To score a goal like that was, I've never. 1 take should never happen. You know what I mean?
Nowadays they use kind of computer effects to generate to generate a crowd.
Oh, the crowd, yeah.
How many people were actually there? Because it looked like a lot of people.
Well, that's what the thing was. It was at a Hungarian club stadium, and they had so many, just a quarter of the stadium, or not even that, and they kept moving them round to do different scenes, so you could just see. So it wasn't, the whole stadium wasn't, busy or anything. It was only just the amount, so you could just see it one bit.
Did you ever end up playing against any of the players who were in the kind of allied team? Because like you talked about Ossie Ardilles, he was still playing.
Yeah.
You'd have Himst, Halvor Tordsen, I think he was still, would have been playing at the time. Did you ever actually come up against any of them for real?
No, only Ossie I've come up against, like that, and I wasn't old enough to play against Bobby Moore and whatever, but the other foreign boys I'd never played against them, but it was the best 5 weeks I've ever had, you know what I mean, and people forget my football, they always come up and go, don't talk about my career, so you were in that movie, you know what I mean, they always say that, and it's a good thing to have.
Bobby Moore was there as well.
Yeah.
I take it you'd have shaken hands with him.
Yeah.
Did you check your wrist afterwards to see if he'd stolen your watch?
No, he was just. No, he wasn't quite. Bobby was such a nice. He was. You're in awe of these people. You know what I mean? When you're there, Bobby Moore, captain of England, and he was such a nice guy as well. He was hanging about with Mike Summerby, because they were mates as well, and he was. Great lad as well, Manchester boy, but as I say, it was a privilege to be in it, and as I say, we had a great time.
Well, I think one of the proudest moments for any Scot is to watch the closing credits flashes up Walk Scotland.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it for the first time, and I was over the moon.
Yeah.
Look, a Scottish player in it.
I know. That's what's good how they do it with the Brazil, and to be Scotland, and it's, as I say, a lot of people sort of just want me to talk about that a lot, and it was a privilege to be, I came along as part of an Ipswich Town team, and it was just lucky to be in it, and I'm glad I was.